quick look at some of the new things to expect in the second build of P3D, codenamed Frosting. That's another joke altogether. One of the things you're going to notice, some of the colors are a bit off from the earlier templates. It seems there was some variable I must have missed, but I assure you those buttons are all still there. Just in the process of updating those colors. But that's the live 3D. First thing I'm going to show you right now, the camera and such are hooked to dials as you've seen before. You'll notice that the rotations are, they're all happy. But if I lock the rotations, it stops using these dials and then uses these dials. I don't know if you can see that, I'm just dragging the value with my mouse. I can direct enter. Now the individual locks down here, they're not set up to do anything yet, but all those are functioning, but they don't actually lock anything at the moment. Same with global and all that. The code is not connected underneath for those yet. But you notice when that's turned on, the rotation speed adjusters don't do anything. Now, the camera distance still does. You can still adjust the camera. Zero. A heck of a lot easier to use the direct entry than what it was before. I'm contemplating in chopping off about 1/8 of an inch on each of these entry windows here, just to gain a little bit of width back. Still, sometimes it's nice to be able to see the more digits on the float. Now, the drop box, it's just an old test I left up there. Same with these value outputs. The bottom two are reading the mouse position relative to the top corner of the 3D window, and that is the true frames per second of the 3D box. But you'll notice it's greatly reduced with mouse movement. For some reason the mouse in motion is chewing up a lot. And that might be a combination of how it's blended into this application. But what I wanted to show you was, in my looking at how to come up with a basic size, I've made the window resizable. Now, the 3D window doesn't respond to that. If you notice here, just shrink this down a little bit, the 3D window holds its position relative to the main container window, not the actual scroll bar sizer pin underneath. That's why you see those controls moving from side to side. It's even more pronounced if I do this. Likewise, it doesn't detect this as part of the user interface, so you'll notice the side scroll bar doesn't appear until I start encroaching on space of the other widgets. But once I've done that, you might also notice that it sets the highest widget in the interface as the top. You see how this is now a little smaller, set to shrink. Also, it's gone over to the very first pixel of any of the widgets, which in XP and Windows 7 is actually some of the client area is consumed. Now, the old shrink button, which I said don't hit, just shows that the 3D window can be resized. And it's all still active. It's just much smaller. The menu bar at the top doesn't have anything assigned to the menus, and the right-click menu is currently using the exact same menu array. That can get changed later. I'm still debating on whether I want to how I want to embed this. Whether I want to leave the right-click menu in the 3D totally over to Nuclear Fusion, or if I want to have a unified right-click menu over the whole app. If I do that, that changes the way that this gets, changes the way Nuclear Fusion gets embedded. Not by a lot. Now I'm just going to quickly quit that and restart it here. Edit this out. Go back to the first window. What I wanted to show though was you grab mesh. Now I could have dropped that anywhere. There's a chess set. You can give it an automatic spin, or you can lock it. It that way. Now what I might do is a percentage-based adjustment here, so as the number increases, the step size gets bigger. But just to show here, direct entry, the selection doesn't look at this. That is the one drawback of those boxes. So there we go. A little bit of a Y spin. There we go. Now the rotations are local rotations. They're not. These cause the object to spin on a local axis. As soon as I click this, it stops. As soon as you click this, it goes back to whatever is set it in. That's just for now. That's just to allow you guys to see how it works. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Oh, one last thing. I've got the callback working, where it'll ask you what you want to do. It stops the app from you from accidentally exiting something later on in the middle of editing, which Lord knows we've all done that once or twice. Yeah, maybe you should know. So, again, you can hit escape or go in here and just hit quit. Well, thanks for watching.